Hi, I'm Doc Palmer. I'm the author of McGraw-Hill's best-selling maintenance and reliability book, the Maintenance, Planning, and Scheduling Handbook. Planning and scheduling is a competitive edge because it's an unusual practice. It should give you a dramatic boost in quality over the years and a dramatic boost in productivity right away, especially to do more proactive work to keep things breaking to begin with. The two unusual concepts are plans are not perfect. We have to accept that. And that we have to fully load schedules to defeat Parkinson's law. Anyways, to do schedules, we need the estimates. And to make quality better over the years, we want to treat the planners as triage for our experienced craftspersons and to save lessons learned over the years so we can get better. We've been looking at the example work orders in Appendix D of the Handbook. What we want to do is turn to work order number 19, which happens to be D-18, figure D-18 in the handbook. So I'm going to share my screen here. And here we have work order 19 in Appendix D of the handbook. That happens to be a figure D-18. This work order, it's for Unit 2, the C vacuum pump, and it's N02-CV-022. It's running hot. They hung a deficiency tag, which is a best practice. Doesn't require an outage. Does require lockout, tagout clearance, and it's not a confined space. The three things we especially want on a work order is the tag number, attention to the priority system, and the symptoms, not just what they think we should do about it. So here we've definitely got the tag number. People call common equipment by different names. There's a common name, there's a slang name, there's the official name. But that tag number is what we're going to tie all of our history to and all of our job plans to. So even if we don't get a great problem description, a pump can fail in 100 different ways. There's probably two predominant failure modes for any particular pump, and they're different. So this pump probably has a couple of predominant failure modes. So even without a good job description, we could probably look in the history and see what's typically going on with this pump. But we did get the symptom. It's running hot. Now, they might tell us what they think we need to do about it. They might think we want to replace the pump or what that. And we certainly invite people telling us what they think we should do about it, but we definitely want the symptoms. The operator, I said this thing is running hot. The priority, it's a great priority. It's a 2. It's not a 0 emergency. It's not a 1. It has to be done this week. We always want stuff that can wait till next week or beyond. 2 would be next week. Priority 3 would be sometime this month. And a priority 4 is just something we don't want to forget about. We want to get it onto the list. So priority 2 is fine. It's a proactive work order. We're not reacting to a situation. Even though it looks like a reactive situation, the pump is still performing what it needs to do. So the symptom, the tag number, and attention to the priority system. On the plan, inspect all the intake valves for the C vacuum pump. So that's the planner giving a heads up on that and take appropriate corrective action. It could just be troubleshoot and repair, where the planner over the years is adding, well, check this, check that. And in fact, the planner, by being a craft historian, can make a better troubleshooting guide for what's happening to these pumps at this plant than the manufacturer can do, because this is this pump and this application. Labor is one mechanic, so it's going to a craft. That's a planner's job, direct it to the right craft. They're thinking it's going to take a couple days. They're adding parts for what they typically might need, channels, reeds, backing plate, just to have those ready. And typically we would expect a mechanic to have the toolbox there. We might not normally list that. It doesn't hurt to do that. We especially want to put special tools or something like this. And then the craft feedback. they inspected all the intake valves and found that number 1 and number 2 inlet valves had bad reads, and they replaced the reads. They ran the pump and checked out okay. In the future, we might want to specifically say check for reads, but we did list that as a part, so we're probably thinking it's going to take that. And then I would say they took 25 hours, and we said 20 hours. That's fine. The estimate is just an estimate. Quality is king. If the craftsperson wants to take longer to do a good job, that's really up to the craftsperson to do that. In the long run, estimates are plus or minus 100%, but there's a fairly normal distribution where some jobs take longer, some jobs take faster. You have fast mechanics, slow mechanics. You don't know exactly what's wrong with something. But a week's worth of work probably is a week's worth of work, so we don't get too antsy about a particular estimate. And this is pretty tight, really. They thought it'd take 2 days. It took 2.5 days working a 10-hour shift at this plant. So just an example of what we want to see in a request, especially a beginning job plan, and good craft feedback. We don't want to just say, see, done. The pump's running fine now. It's nice for them to say what they particularly did on that. So I'll unshare my screen here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for letting me be part of your maintenance family. And the handbook obviously has these example work orders in there, maybe with less discussion. But you can also see my website, palmerplanning.com, to see workshops that I'm going to hold publicly. There's also past conference presentations and papers I've written for Plant Services and other magazines. So thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time, and God bless.